we have completed the sketcher. Now I would like to show you how exactly we work on the sketches, how our approach should be, what approach we should follow, so that we can match the industry's expectation of creating the sketches. For an example, I will show you one sketch. We will be creating that sketch, we will be making it fully constraints, and we will also be going for the inspection, and if any errors are there, then we will be resolving that as well. For the same, I'll go for start mechanical design sketcher. You can give the name of the sketch whatever it is. I'll give sketch 1 and I'll say OK. I'm into the part design environment. I don't have to focus on that. What I have to do is I have to enter into the sketcher environment. So now I am in the sketcher environment. I'll show you the sketch. This is what the sketch is on the right hand side. I hope it is visible to you. I'll just arrange some toolbars so that it will not create any problem. Yes, so this is okay. This is what sketch I have to create. You can see over here there are 3 circles available: radius 10, radius 15 and radius 25. And on the right hand side we have 2 circles, radius 35, radius 15, and these 2 tangent arcs are there. Now, as I told you, to use minimum number of constraints, what we will be doing, we will be considering any of the point in this sketch as the origin. So let's say I will consider this particular point as the origin point. So at origin I have to create 3 circles having radius 10, 15 and 25. So I'll go for circle. At this point I'll create 1, I'll create 2 and I will create 3. As soon as you create the objects, apply the constraints on that. If you will try that, you will create the complete shape and then you will apply the constraints, it will be difficult for you. So just select the tool, go for applying the constraint. Now it is showing the diameter. Just double click on it. Constraint definition dialog box. Over here change it to radius and now give the value. Okay, you can see once I'll use the tool one at a time, after using I am exiting the tool. If you don't want to do that, then select your tool with a double click. Now use the tool. Still the tool is activated, you can use it. So if you will select any of the tool by double click, then it will be available for you to use once it is used. So I have created 3 profiles and made fully constraints to them. Next I will be creating this profile. This is at a distance of 100 mm and horizontally it is matching. So what I will be doing, I will be creating the circle. You can see the reference is available with me. I don't need to apply the constraints separately. Somewhere here I will create one circle and another circle like this, and I will give constraint to these 2 as well. This is of radius 15, this one is of radius 35. Still it is under constraint. Why? Because the distance is required to be given. Distance is 100. This much work has been done. Next is we have to create 2 arcs. Now prefer, if you have to create the arcs, then my recommendation is to go with the creating circle and then trim it. It will be easier for you to work. Yes, if you can operate the arcs very easily, then there is no such issue, but circles will actually help you in creating that. So I'll show you how exactly we can do this. I'll go for the circle and I will create circle like this. Okay, I will give the geometrical constraint, dimensional constraint of 40 radius, and then I will simply go for object 1, object 2, right click, tangency. So the circle is tangent to this. Similarly, object 1, object 2, right click, tangency. This is how the circle is being tangent. This is a very easy way, because if you will create arc and the arc is a bit shorter, then it will create problem again. But if you have a larger object like circle, then you can trim the rest. It will be easy for you. Another circle I will create like this, so that it will be easy for me to apply the tangency over there. Now radius 95, I will shift it a bit like this, and then I will apply the constraints, tangency and tangency. That's it. I am done. I have not used any of the extra dimensions which were other than the given dimensions to me, and the shape is also clear to me. I can just erase the required thing using quick trim option. This one I don't need, this one I don't need. If you just want to see how exactly it look like, then you can turn off the dimensional as well as geometrical constraints. Now you can match the two. Now check whether it is a fully constrained sketch or not. So I'll go for sketch solving status. It is showing me that it is a ISO constraint or fully constrained sketch. But can you tell me, is it ready for being converted into 3D? For now, I will say no, it is not. Why? Because this particular sketch is not a fully closed sketch. Just go for sketch analysis, go into geometry, see closed curve, closed curve, closed curve, closed curve and closed curve. But these two are your open curves. See, this and this. What we have to do, we will have to create this one as a loop. Then and only then I can say that this is a closed loop sketch and ready for being converted into 3D. So as per this, my sketch is ready, but if we will look for the fundamentals of 3D, then this is not ready. So I will make some changes in that, just for showing you that how exactly the fully closed sketch is. I will go for some trimming. I will trim this portion, I will trim this portion, and I'll trim that as well. Now I can say that I can convert this sketch into 3D. This will be easier for me to convert this particular sketch into 3D. Okay. This was about your sketcher, how to create the sketches. Some more example I will try to add. I have given some examples to you as well. I'll just exit the sketcher environment and conclude it. That's it. Thank you.